Okay, I hopefully am good to go whenever. Whenever you're ready to go. So I did think this was a human versus the Animal House friend Bennett. Phoenix. Right, let's gonna hop into the war room very, very quickly. Unsure as to what the bans are. Quickly ask Nightfire, see if we can get him out of it. But the first map is going to be Downfall. Very professional cast, this. Windows notification sound. Okay, here we go. Just about to eat a hula hoop, but that's okay. Going in now. Be starting off with a northeast spawn with that southwest objective, West Dumpster objective. Pretty rough spawn to start off with, but it can work. Like Zach Fontaine's going to be the one going up the twins here. Not sure if he was laughing about something. But G-Men's moving in a pretty controlled line here. Anyway, the lineups are the Man, Chief, Pineapple, 404, Sweetie, and Nightfire. Lots of shots going over towards the South Twins. One already taken down. Nightfire eating the dirt right now. Chief Pineapple's trying to get that refire, but it's not really working out. 404 might have a better opportunity after those, seeing as he is pushed up further. If Zach Fontaine peaks this, 404 is going to be in big trouble. 404's twigged there's someone there, but he did manage to take down another one. That is Chief Pineapple. He's seen the dirt. No, it's Swooty actually. More shots coming out, almost hitting another member of G-Men. 404 did manage to tag Zach Fontaine up on that ridge, but Chief Pineapple taken down by the Center Hotel, first floor. Nice long shot. Do get that revive, but there is still two members of G-Men already dead. They have the one-man advantage on Phoenix's side. Still feels like they're Animal House for some reason, I don't know why. I've got Animal House on the mind for some reason. It's a member of the men. G-Men around this north side is pretty interesting. Using this kind of natural lump as some pretty decent cover. But he's going to have to move down eventually, can't sit up here forever. There is someone in white building giving Chief Pineapple a little bit of trouble, but he's going to be able to deal with it. Chief Pineapple's still sitting in this twins dark room here. It's not really dark anymore, but that's still what it's called. Pineapple's just recapping all of his team's positions to everybody. Hopefully there's no enemies near her, but luckily there is none. There's going to be threats from the White House. 404 taken down. Not even a trade. He's finished off. 2v4 situation now. Oh. There we go. The man is pushing down to the red truck area now. Chief Pineapple trying to have a tango with Too Old, who's coming around that rally now. Chief Pineapple won't expect it, but he does. He gets a nice snap onto Chief Pineapple. Onto Too Old, rather. But he full damages himself and dies in the valley. He cannot get revived. The man is far too far away. That is just embarrassing. Nade coming out that finishes off. Actually, it doesn't finish him off yet. Not sure whose nade that was. That was far too far away from any bomb, really. So it should have been somebody's. Maybe an error in a nade thrown from the west bungalow. West dumpster. And it's going to be looking through from the 2-story at the center of the map, or rather the north of the map. He's pushing up west now. Going to try and get to center hotel, but Officer Statham is going to be waiting for him in that first floor. Along with one member looking out for him from the inside, but he's going to peek this corner. Statham gives away his position, so G-Man's going to get out of there. Hey, first person view, it's awful. Sorry, James. Well, Officer Statham's got a nade ready, throwing it out. Cooked two, not enough rather. And BlueEgg does get some shots onto G and onto the D-Man as he tries to run out. That first one's going to go to Phoenix. Is the away team. Oh, my auto hockey script. It's not running. Blaming Viper for this. Let's go to the scoreboard. There we go. Those 2 picks at the very start of the match were very unfortunate for G-Men. Getting those picks onto Nightfire and also Swooty at the very start seriously damaged that kind of southern push, as they can just waltz. They can't really waltz over to Twins now. They have to contend with the white building, and also anyone that's watching the Valley or might push up to the Twins. Cargo ban, eh? It was like they only just started to be it's only just started to be banned. If there's any unexplained period of me not talking, I'm probably eating some hula hoops. Don't worry, I will be back if I don't talk. So going on information that Arsenic gave us, it appears that the bans are going to be Burbia and Cargo. Be a doubtful pick. Okay, are we going into gameplay as the round has started? Can be the same objective, which is good. Objectives are cycling nicely. Looks like the man is going to be pushing up pretty hard over towards the Twins, but it's going to be a quick spawn. I'm not sure if they saw that. Don't believe they did, but now they definitely know. 404 is probably going to be having some really good contention. Contention, is that a word? I'm not sure. I don't think it has anything to do with competition, but he's going to be putting up some good resistance on that west side from the Center Hotel. Lots of shots coming out from BlueEgg. And he's going to move up to Center Hotel, but 404 is going to be waiting for him. In he goes, and down goes BlueEgg. 404 tagging him as he moves in. Statham also now trying to move in, take BlueEgg's place. 404 has already moved off. Let's take a look at what Statham's going to be doing here. Pre-firing around these corners, that's a good move. Lots of shots coming out from the Twins, possibly also the dumpster, but shots coming out from 404. Another one taken down really nice rotations in the same building. Another one also taking down West Street. Down goes Statham. Or rather, Gibbs. Definitely Gibbs. But now the two newest members of Phoenix, Too Old and Zach Fontaine, coming up on this northeast side. I've got plenty of time, but it's a dangerous path to cross. Zach Fontaine is looking for the man in those twins, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get any kind of shot unless the man peeks that. Which, if he knows that Zach Fontaine's there, and judging by the fact that he's not peeking, he probably does. Cannot afford to stay here too long. They need to start moving, even though they may be in fear of the man. Shots coming out from Zach Fontaine, not actually hitting anything though. Looks like it might be just a little bit of pre-fire. These two members, 3 minutes remaining, they can't afford to sit here all day, like I've said before. It felt like that smoke was a little bit whiffed, but maybe not. Maybe a little bit of a distraction smoke coming out on those western side rather. It does appear they're rotating over towards east. Probably going to go twins, but with 2:20 left on the clock. They don't really have much time. It's still 5v2. Never mind, 5v1. Member of Phoenix taken down. Too old at the dust. Now far too old to be playing games as a skeleton. There goes Zach Fontaine as well. No chance of coming back from the man with that great cover and angle. There's a scoreboard for you. 404 putting in some serious work, going 3-1 with also a heal. Been a real pillar of his team there. I mean, you noticed that, didn't you? I always mess up if is it an OE or is it an EO? There you go. Properly spelled now. All updated and good. So we should hopefully be hopping into the next round imminently. Most members are readied up. But here we go. We are actually going to be hopping into this next round now. We have the technology to do this as well. This third round of the first map. Welcome. Sit down for.
You want to sit here and shoot people off? It's fine. But...
Gonna be a west bungalow objective this time. Northeastern spawn, that's a pretty good spawn for this objective, I find. It's thumping in the background, that must be their footsteps echoing through this valley. Almost sounds like horses coming through the valley. That must be the G-men moving in a kind of pack through this eastern side. Shots coming out. G-men has clearly been sighted. Must have been Chief Pineapple moving into this dark room. Pretty dangerous move. And yes, there are shots coming into the windows. Yes, can't really move.
I got, they blind fired into north dark room, so they know they think I might be here.
Therefore, it looks like the man is the solo man of the G-men team, going around that northern side while the rest are all going south and moving in some kind of pack. 404 appears to be the front man, getting all those entry frags for them, engaging the fights and also giving some good recon information. Three minutes 14 to the match, and we still have 3 members of G-men over in the Valley and Twins area. For this objective, that makes me quite nervous. Coming out, I believe, over towards the man. Possibly not. Can't really decipher where they are actually intended. They're certainly moving up now. Swoopy, Nightfire and 404 all now bunched up in this east dumpster building. Now, these smokes are not very good. They are certainly concerned of the North Heli, but with that suppression fire from 404, it will not be an issue. The dumpster building first floor, that's a passive position. They can really catch you out if you don't expect that. More shots coming out from the man. He just vaporized from the brothel first floor. It looks like that was Bloega getting some really nice shots. 2 tapping him. Very clean. Like Nightfire is going to have a tango with Zach Fontaine on the second floor here. Zach Fontaine's quiet enough that Nightfire has not heard him. Zach Fontaine looks like he's going to rush round. Nightfire did not hear him come down the stairs. This is going to be a forfeit of his life. Zach Fontaine thinks he's on the third floor, or not. He flicks back after hearing his tablet click and kills him. It's now very quickly become a 2v5 for G-men here. Swooty and 404 pointing at his corpse and totally unaware that Zach Fontaine's about to peek this corner. And there goes one inning trade, 404, last member of G-men remaining. It's a 4v1 situation. Gibbs somehow not seeing 404 here. The 2 will definitely wobble and boom, there goes 404. This is G-Men versus Phoenix, though it may also simultaneously be G-Men versus Animal House. I did not have much time to set things up, and some details may be slightly off. G-Men not really being able to do much that round, though I believe it was Swooty managing to pick up another 2 kills. Maybe just another 1 kill is unfortunately not enough, and Phoenix do just clean it up 4-0. Pretty not 4-0, 4 men up. That is pretty rough for G-Men starting off. They need to start bringing this back if they want a chance of winning. And again, simultaneously, personally, my interests are not aligned with G-Men here. So we go into the gameplay. So they're sending 3 towards that kind of northern defense side, which is a pretty good move considering it is a northeastern spawn. Only 4 and 4 in the man defending that southern side. 4 and 4, the man rather going into the center hotel. Oh. So they're going to be playing this one pretty tight, watching very defensive angles, not really toying about with their food here. Shots are coming out from the man at Center Hotel. Trying to get some shots over towards the east side where they see the members crossing over towards Twins. Looks like Phoenix just fishing for any peaks they can get out of G-Men, but they're not having any of it. Very defensive angles from the man, Swooty, Pineapple, Nightfire, and 404. They're not exposing any part of their bodies that they can't shoot someone else's. A little standoff. Looks like Zach Fontaine's popping off some shots. Or rather, not Zach Fontaine. Chief Pineapple? No. Gibbs, FKA Leroy, popping off some shots over from the upper right truck dark room. Or rather, the basement over towards the objective. Some good suppression fire, and it does actually not allow a member of Phoenix to cross, and gets taken down by 404 from Brothel. Scott took 8th. Damn it. They've stolen our position. Silent Perch is ruined. More shots coming out from the southwest. That flank going around the far side map finally actually having an effect. Booty's got to be really careful here, along with 404. He's getting suppressed to hell from the upper red truck. Gibbs Leroy doing some serious suppression work here, not allowing 404 to peek at all. I don't know what it is, Executioner. I wouldn't question it. Looks like Leroy is backing off over towards the eastern side, maybe going to go around towards the Church or Bungalows area, pushing from there, but 3 minutes remaining. Phoenix is looking in relatively good shape. 404 peaks this, he's going to be in a very good way. Takes down one, but he's got a tight angle, he takes down one, looking to peek another. Blue Egger's still alive. Looks like he didn't see Blue Egger. Peeks this again, he definitely will.
Yeah, I got him. There's another one out here though.
Guess from his angle he Can't see him. It looks very strange from ours. Looking over what Bloega's seen here, he's got a nice self-detonated smoke, trying to protect himself from any direct fire. He's passing over to along the next rock he wants to move to. Boom goes Bloega in about 2 seconds. Or maybe it's all just a distraction. Remember, Phoenix is sneaking up that west street now. Managing to take down one. Chief Pineapple is down in the 2-story. Just north of helicopter. One also pushed up to the helicopter, but it doesn't matter. So he takes down the western flanker. But Bloega has pushed up so far towards the brothel now. 404 is going to get as many calls out as he can, and there goes Bloega. Last member remain is Gibbs. Sneaking up to ejected. That is incredibly ballsy, and it won't work out. G-Man, the man, takes him down. I'm fine, what are you talking about, Sri Lankan? Enough, and Phoenix do just clean it up 4-0. Auto French the feral goose. I don't even want to know what kind of euphemism that is, Stumpy. Goes on there. Swapping over to the pre-round here while we wait for these teams to finalise their tactics. Just waiting on Nightfight and Swooty. Really trying to get as much planning as they can. We go straight to the gameplay now. This is the 5th round of the first map. I forgot to play that last round. I check if it's a quick spawn. It is in fact not. The northeastern spawn again with this objective, as I said during the first round. Pretty unlucky. Wow, some really nice direct fire. Really tight angle there, that is impressive. Almost takes down Officer Statham. I gotta say, that's an angle I'm definitely gonna have to learn. That going straight through the kind of camo screen on top of that sandbag. Just go straight next to Officer Statham's head. He's looking for some pics on this window here, probably realising that there is one in the 2-story, and he does see him. He takes him down in a nice headshot. Bye bye, Officer Statham. Sitting back in some 2-2-1 formations, reminiscent of Globachem. Phoenix's defense is also equally nice. They're looking at pretty good angles. They've got two looking towards that northwestern side where the majority of GMED is concentrated. There is one member on this east side that may pose a threat, but as long as this Twins guy stays up, should be alright as long as he can give an early warning that the Twins is about to be taken over or possibly flanked around. Also, White Building can inspect if anyone is going around the valley, in which case the Twins would not hear. Lots of shots coming out from the White Building there, unable to really do anything though, but they are going to smoke it out, move across. Going to be giving it a wide berth along with the rest of his team. Swooty 404 and also Chief Pineapple all moving up this west side now. Meanwhile, Nightfire is sitting in that just side. The man sitting in the lower red truck trying to get some angles. Hopefully they can catch someone peeking like they did with the Center Hotel. Find it unlikely.
Last guy singing back, what are you doing? 3 minutes.
E-Man are in a pretty good position for having 3 minutes remaining, one pick, and with a 2 minutes 40 left on the clock they have plenty of time and ability to move up here. As long as they can suppress that Twins darkroom, they can move up there, but it doesn't matter, he picks out too much. Chief Pineapple is downed from the White Building, possibly also the Objective Building, second floor.
Right here, over here by
Like Montaigne's unable to get an angle on there, and he's using an SMG at such a long range. That is some questionable decision making. Looks like Leroy is just spamming over towards the western side there. No real sight lines on anybody. And one member of G-Men does go down as he tries to cross out of the open. Big mistake. There goes Swooty. They try and go for that revive. It's going to be a complete and utter disaster. There's one member of Phoenix going to the ridge there. Popping off some shots over towards Chief Pineapple. Almost tags him. Unable to really confirm it though. But never mind, there he goes. His body does peek out the side of the wall and he gets taken down.
No, that's a friendly. Never mind. That's fine.
Hey, pop a smoke right here.
3v1 situation. Nightfire is still up on that east side. One minute left, they're just shooting all of their smokes on themselves. Nightfire really starts moving up here. They don't have really much opportunity, lots of fire coming to this Center Hotel. 60 seconds left on the clock now. Got to push onto this objective, they need to do it now, but there are so many enemies that are a threat to them right now. Bad. And Nightfire's going to do a suicide rush and he gets punished for it, trying to cross over to the objective and he just gets destroyed. 404 also the only one left. Like it was G-Man going down, the man. The Wig is going to try and peek that window, almost taken down. It looks like they did lose Leroy in that two-story window. That's a nice pickup, but there is only 30 seconds and 404 has to cross the death alley to get towards the objective and it doesn't work out. So far, it looks like they've taken Volk rounds, both teams, every single round. G-Man, 4-4 rather, is really carrying his team still, though Swooty and G-Man are still putting in plenty of work. 5-3-1, 5-3 and 4-3-1 respectively. Meanwhile on Phoenix side they're also doing pretty well. Zach Fontaine picking up that sweet 7-4. Let me update the scoreboard for you. There you go. Here we go, hopping through the round now, going through the gameplay. This time it's going to be the exact same objective, which is good. There are no issues here. And it's going to be a quick spawn, they're going to spot it as well. You men are going to be springing into their predetermined plans if they have any, or just be winging it.
No, not yet. Not yet. That's pretty risky, Mike.
Onward's going to be pushing up for this center house, center hotel rather. Lots of shots coming out from spawn already. Good pre-firing. I wonder if 4-4 can clean up like he did the previous times when it was a western quick spawn.
I think they did what it was last time that they saw us spawn here too. I think they're going to do that again.
Very nice call from Luega. He's absolutely correct. There is someone center hotel. 4-4 has to know that they'll know this and play Pitbull passively. Looks like Bluega is the front line this time. Bluega is going to go for a flash inside, then completely whiffs it, goes around the corner instead. He's going to be moving in instead. Spraying around the corner is nice and safe. Second he comes around here though, he's gone. Or if he's waiting him on the stairs, he will not expect this, I imagine. Officer Statham also going to rush in afterwards. Or actually taking down the blind fire. What an amazing shot. Despite that being a pretty tight angle, he does get taken down.
Down with blind fire.
Oh.
There might be another one here. That's a bit the last one.
Now the remaining members of G-Men are playing in rather passive position, except for this way far off one. The man sitting in the twins with a sniper rifle. He could be a serious threat. Actually, it's not a sniper rifle, it's just a standard rifle. But this is a really strong angle to hold. He can catch anyone trying to cross the objective as long as there is no smokes. Luega's putting in some nice work from that center hotel balcony. But they play really dangerous here. They have nobody on the outside of the objective. In pretty good theory, they could just rush the objective right now with smokes and it would be bad news for G-Men. But really already taken down, finished off by the man on the two-story. Wins. Possibly also Nightfire from the east dumpster too.
There's one upstairs of the objective building.
Lots of just blind fire coming from Luega, it seems. Questionable move having someone that far back still. Maybe it'll work out as they suppress moving up. I think it should probably be dealing with the twins at some point though. That is a seriously damaging position for them right now. The only thing stopping them really from pushing up and capping. G-Men cannot afford to lose this round or they'll be losing the first map 4-2. Officer Statham's in a pretty bad way as well. Proning along the floor, hoping he doesn't get caught out by Swooty. Now they are getting some smokes out. This is exactly what Phoenix needs if they want to try and cap this. Or at least just force G-Men out of position. They can prone up this wall here, straight onto the objective. It's bad news bears. But it doesn't matter, he does catch Officer Statham as he stands up behind the car. Swooty playing an incredibly tight angle. Now just Nightfire and Zach Fontaine with 2:30 left. Tides have turned quite rapidly because G-Men puts up such a solid defense.
The guy just left second floor of the objective building.
More shots coming from twins. Takes down Zach Fontaine. It's all up to Bluega now. The final member almost getting tanked. He moved downstairs there. Wig's in a bad way. 2 minutes left. 1v3. So they did take down Chief Pineapple, who rushed out into the street. Not going to be able to take down anyone else, really. And going onto this roof is going to be dangerous. Oh, he was just retrieving his tablet. He's out here. Work on that roof is done. Let's put a clap to Stumpy now for the first gift sub to Hoochie. Your golf clap. I don't want to clap too loudly as it is 2:47 AM. There you go. Hopefully you can hear that. My audio is compressed. Maybe a little bit quiet. There you go, with 75 seconds remaining, has to do something. I reckon the only thing to do is just die. And there he goes, Swooty takes him down as he rushes out, and G-Men are going to bring it to a 3v3 for the deciding round with them on Marsop. This is a big disadvantage. Giving out another gift sub. That is the second gift sub, and it's to me. Thank you, Stumpy. It is much appreciated. An EU sub gift parade today. And another one from Stumpy over towards Deity Plays. I'm not exactly sure who that is, but it's somebody, and they must be happy to receive the gift sub. Stumpy freely giving away his money. It looks like we're just waiting on Swooty now. He's going 8-3 now. He is not messing about with his kills here. Here we are stopping into this round now. The final round for this first map. This is a big one. G-Men are going to be at a big disadvantage here. Though it is a northern objective, that is pretty good for them. They do get a rather unlucky spawn. They can't rush this one.
Alright, this guy's going to ditch that. I think I know everyone's going now.
Yeah, Statham's going over there. That's the real beat here.
G-Men have got to have some kind of plan. I imagine they're just going to be cleaning up their kills. They cannot risk a cap, but maybe they'll be able to feign a cap attempt and just try and draw members of Phoenix out. Because there's one thing you don't want in an Onward game. You don't want it to go 5-3. It's just painful. But this is a standard position for Nightfire. I believe he's the one of two people, maybe three people currently in the league who can actually watch this kind of angle. Looking over this high kind of part of the wall there, watching over towards Center Hotel roof. Nobody there, but it's a relatively good angle. G-Men is playing rather... G-Men, the Phoenix is playing rather kind of laid back. They're just watching their angles, sticking very close to objective. I believe they might have pretty much everybody stacked on top of this room here. Now they have Bluega watching that front side in the northern window. Is that northern window? Eastern window. Zach Fontaine watching the south side from the basement, along with Leroy watching the south as well. Member in the crater building watching over the objective, with Too Old being their early warning system. advanced long neck tactics to look over to the twins. Amazed if you could actually see anything from this kind of distance though, without a kind of scope. In case you are a new player or new to Onward esports, this is a match between two very contesting teams at this point, fighting for a chance to go to Leicester for the ESL Invitational. They'll give them a chance at going to OC5 or just Connect 5 in September, where they can fight for, at a bare minimum, if they come 4th place, $10,000, with $25,000 being the grand prize. This is a very tense matchup. Both teams are really vying to win. They can't really afford to lose, either of them really. Phoenix will drop into a relatively lower MMR if they lose this match, and G-Men, well, they'll put them up into Leicester, that's for certain, if they win this. Looks like a member of G-Men actually went down that south side as he tried to push out. Chief Pineapple pushes out and gets taken down from the north helicopter building. Zach Fontaine in the basement clearly being very attentive to the angle he's holding. But Nightfire's going to be sneaking up to the low red trucks here, but the basement boy of Crater Building, Bluega, I believe, might be Officer Statham actually. Yes, it is Officer Statham. He's going to be posing a threat to Nightfire as he pushes down. More shots coming out. Looks like it did actually manage to take down 404 on that northern side in North Hotel. Not sure why they took up residence there. That is a kind of a weird place to be for 1 minute 40 left on the clock. And Nightfire has potential here for being the main attacking force. If they can just keep Officer Statham occupied on the northern side, it'll be pretty good for going for a stealth cap. That's only assuming Bluega, Gibbs and also Zach Fontaine do not hear him, and that is a long shot. There goes the roof member. 404 is dead. Or rather Swooty. 404 retreated off the roof. Swooty not so much. Bluega does get taken down. And doing some work from the Central Hotel. Looks like Too Old also, their early warning system taken down. Nightfire, I smoke a little bit inadequate. Just giving Officer Statham some time to react to the push. And here it comes. Nightfire's pushing over towards objective now. 55 seconds remaining. Officer Statham. Nightfire's got to expect he's there, and he does. Nightfire is on the objective. There is no one to contest him. Leroy has to get out of that objective now, and Gibbs is taken down. Leroy, rather. And Nightfire cannot get the cap, but they do take it 4-3, taking the master ground with an excellently done offense. That was a truly excellent offense there. You had Officer Statham be rather distracted in the north, which almost feels like a mistake from G-Men, as they did lose a member because of it, but it did allow Nightfire to push up quite a bit, since Officer Statham had to be anxious of the members in the northern side flanking him and coming up towards objective.
Hey everybody, I hope you like Downfall 3!
Downfall 3, an interesting choice, though not able to be played now. Looks like they're going to be siding on a map and then rehosting. As such, we will give you some music while we wait for this to be rehosted.
bound only by frozen memories. It's time. Racing on these broken trees tonight.
Alright, welcome back to the G-Men vs Phoenix match. I fully quenched my thirst and we're just waiting on the teams to ready up. This map is going to be Quarantine. It appears it was a G-Men pick as they were on Marsoc, or possibly Phoenix gave up their right to pick a map. I'm unsure of the specifics, we don't get to hear this stuff, they don't bother. Currently this match is still kind of a toss-up between which team could win. Phoenix really, they have played really well so far, along with G-Men, especially on Marsoc. G-Men have been absolutely exquisite to watch, giving us some really nice tactics. And it looks like Malcriado has left the chat and instead come into the game. He's going to be playing for this, subbing out for somebody. Bluega. Bluega's had to drop out. Unsure as to why, but that's the case. Yeah, hopping into gameplay now. This is going to be the first round of the second match. By match it means map, but hey. What we get?
I need to console your higher powers. I'm gonna take this blue thing, so I don't know if it's just as good, but
Okay, yeah, that'd be good.
Phoenix seems to be winging it a little bit, saying they're going to take that blue thing and praise the higher powers. Like an aggressive push from Malcriado. He's probably going to spot them moving across that northeast side. Guess not, actually. Seeing the chat still explode with the knife fire action. That is pretty great to see. Anyway, Malcriado is going to be ready for any attackers trying to go onto the roof here. He'll probably be able to spot them pretty quickly. Seems the G-Men are moving in their buddy pairs with the single solo man. Man is in his buddy. With his buddy, he's going to be Chief Pineapple instead, the loner. Maybe not. Maybe they're just all three loners. We don't know. Nightfire and Sweetie are sticking pretty close together here. I want to get some angles over towards the objective. But I'm really liking this defense from Phoenix so far. Now watching all some pretty nice angles. You've got one on the wing watching towards the roof. One on the blue car watching over objective tank and also a little bit of the roof. One on tank watching over roof and also the west side. And can get to objective pretty quick. And also the typical burning position watching over north, east side, northeast side. Pretty much everything in a 360 degree. Malcriado still sitting on the tank here, though he's looking towards the objective, back turned to the enemy for some reason. Not sure as to why. Questionable decision making from Malcriado here. He really needs to be watching over towards the north instead. There may be a 404 peeking his head relatively soon. He has to catch that to know where they're coming from. Because currently he has no real need to look over towards the east side at all. Everyone should be focusing on this north side, this west side, and that's it. 3 minutes left on the match and still absolutely no shots fired. What is going on? And as I say that, here come the shots. Looks like Nightfire is pushed up to the base of roof building and 404 is exchanging some shots with the ambulance. More shots coming over towards the ambulance. Unable to hit anything though. Black Fontaine's going to be looking for 404 on this roof though. He's got his tablet. Amazingly, it's not falling off the plane wing. Interesting angle from Leroy here. Got to be really close to the ground. I'm surprised his headset actually allows him to do this. I know for sure I would be... my headset would kind of just be pushing itself off my face right now if I tried to do this. Got a good angle over towards tank, that's for certain. And a member of G-Men is taken down 404. Completely 404'd on that rooftop. Sorry for the pun again, I had to bring it from Dangler's match. More shots coming over towards the base of the roof. Officer Statham doing some work. One taken down on G-Man's side. Malacriello finally peeking. But Nightfire also taken down as he crossed, tried to cross the street. Must have been him then. 2 minutes left. G-Man needs to start moving up a little bit more. This guy in the west is not doing enough. He needs to start moving now. More shots coming over towards the burning building, or rather from the burning building. They have to deal with Officer Statham about now, along with Malacriello, if they want any chance of pushing. More shots over towards the west, unable to actually take down the man as he tries to cross over, which he does successfully. Officer Statham is ready and rearing to accept Swooty and also Chief Pineapple as they push up. Oh, and he actually managed to headshot him. Standing on that, I think that's actually illegal. His body was not glitching out at all, so he is good to go. Wow. That is an impressive angle. I'll have to try and use that then. Wow. Really juicy attack onto the burning building, but Too Old, Malacriello, and also Zach Fontaine, Gibbs are still up. 50 seconds left, and they need to start moving way faster, way harder. Looks like shots coming from tank takes down Chief Pineapple. Malacriello has pretty much completely collapsed that frontal attack as they could not deal with him. And shots coming over towards the eastern side, western side rather. Man dead. Man's body no longer hot. Swooty kind of just floating about as he tries to deal with Malacriello. 25 seconds remaining. Rushing across the street, pretty much the only option right now. Maybe he can go all Neo on us and just wipe down all 4 of them in the next 15 seconds, but I don't feel it. There he goes, crossing over towards ambulance. Gonna have to tank with Too Old, Gibbs, and also Zach Fontaine at the same time. Here he goes, dead. Tries to go for the cap, but it is not to be. That was a round for Phoenix to start off with. A pretty strong start, honestly. There was only 6 seconds left for G-Men, and they were 4 up still when they killed the final man. That's a pretty commanding defense from Phoenix, because G-Men, they just couldn't deal with the member of Phoenix in the tank, Malacriello. He just kind of sat there picking people off as they moved from the burning building. And also not expecting someone to be on wing and the man getting picked off because of it. Not a great move. Probably moving across the street a little bit faster and just rushing for burning or the tank first. Maybe sending a guy around east would have been a little bit of a better move.
Nobody seems worth it while the feeling's sophisticated.
Lots more subs coming out from Parswell and also Sled. Parswell with the gift sub towards Biggie Smalls. It looks like we are just waiting on the teams to actually start the match. Everybody's readied up and we are rearing to go. Here we are heading over into this match now. There's a scoreboard in case you needed it to be updated. Here we go. Well, same objective this time, G-Men on defense.
I'm in. I'm good. I was black for a second.
But Nightfire had a little bit of an issue initially. But all is fine. They kind of mess up the smoke there. Should be enough to get them across, just barely. Maybe a little bit of a danger area just there. But it's the wrong spawn for it anyway. They're good to go. Looks like Swooty and Nightfire might be the guys to contend with the Phoenix area on this eastern side. With such a close spawn, it isn't definitely a possibility. Here they are pushing up again, encountered one pretty quickly in this eastern building. Swooty pushing up so hard along with Nightfire. Zach Fontaine probably going to get taken down, but no. Swooty instead goes down. Nightfire's probably going to be flanking around the seaside. Oh. Zach Fontaine at least knows they got that one pick. A really close nade coming from Nightfire, almost landing and taking down Zach Fontaine. Nightfire really wants to try and deal with Zach Fontaine here. He can't really afford to let this entire eastern side collapse. Really wants to take him down, but he cannot forfeit his life to do it. Oh yeah, in case you forgot, there you go. This is round 2 of the second map. First map was 4-3, G-Men taking it very narrowly with a nice cap distraction from Nightfire. Zach Fontaine is definitely given away his position. Nightfire is completely certain that he is there. The rest of Phoenix kind of just hanging back, not really doing much, though they are nice, evenly spaced and not really out of sync with each other. Probably the tensest points on the map right now. Literally right next to each other. Zach Fontaine peeks it, taken down by Nightfire, who peeks at just the right moment. Big mistake from Zach Fontaine. Allowing the seaside to be opened up. This is pretty good. Looks like these members, Officer Statham and also Malcriado, are going to be sneaking up the west side now. I wonder if they'll expect 404 to be sneaking, proning just on the fuselage here. Normally most people would lie down here, or in Dangler's case just earlier today, an hour and a half ago, maybe 2 hours, lying just sitting there really. The unexpected position along with lying on the fuselage. As you can see, Officer Statham is checking it. You can hear 404 kind of shifting about though, so he's currently relatively confused. He sees nothing but he hears someone. And signals it to his buddy Malcriado. Shots coming out over towards 404, literally hitting all around it, but nothing actually getting right on him. Looks like Officer Statham's going to rush around while 404 is distracted. 404 takes down one but gets refragged. He managed to take down with the one suppressing at the base of roof. Burning building here has to start looking over towards the west here. He cannot let Officer Statham and Malcriado over towards the gas station. That would be catastrophic for the defense, and he does take down Malcriado as he tries to cross the street. just Officer Statham now, but he does know where he is. Nightfire of rotation will probably be in order relatively soon. There's no one else on the east side. The roof guy is still there, even with 2 minutes remaining, and it just being him and Statham left. The man has rotated out of Bernie, but that's a pretty good spot, and then he's going to be hiding behind this pole here. This is actually a really nice area to be in. And easily peeking, no one's going to expect this. Officer Statham's pretty apprehensive, and rightfully so, about peeking this, but he's going to do it anyway, and the man's going to just shred him. Can he actually see that gap in the wall? We might be able to see a very, very small slither of it. But with 75 seconds left, Officer Statham and Tool need to do something. Nightfire is now looking over towards Berlin, which is pretty good, but the man... Oh, really close there. The man almost getting picked up by Officer Statham, shooting right next to him. He does get a shot in, but Tool's going to pick this corner and take him down. 2v2 situation now. Just Officer Statham and Nightfire left. Nightfire's going to rotate over now, it seems. Yeah, looks like he's going to be rotating over towards covering the objective instead. One taken down. Looks like Too Old. Not Too Old. Officer Statham at the dust. 2v1 now. It's just Too Old left. Too Old has a knife. Now be a good time to use it, but no. Doesn't work out, and G-Men are going to take the defense round. Seems to be a theme for this match, really. I don't think there's been a single Master round won, with the exception of G-Men last round at the very, very end. It seems that so far this round, same same pattern of Master round win, with the final map being the map ending decider, the pattern breaking decider. That's what I'm trying to say. There you go. Just has to see if it will actually be Master to take the final round again, or it'll be Volk, or it won't go to a tiebreaker anyway. It'll just be going straight to either G-Men or Phoenix, 4-1 or 4-2. We'll have to see. Or maybe a cap. That'd be also very nice to see. Feels like there's been a distinct lack of them lately. Here comes the third round actually, rather, of this match. It's going to be a gas station objective. It feels like it's been forever since I've seen one of these, but we are now seeing it.
Well, you killed one, there were two left at the end.
Like Phoenix has just discussed in the last round during the second piece, but it's going to be a quick spawn. There will be no peace here. They need to start moving quickly. Officer Statham almost tagged through the green car. Lots of smokes. They're going to cross over towards the north side. This will have no breaks this round. G-Men, as usual, seem they're going to be moving as a big unit, just a death ball of high skill players. But they're going to be trying to take control of the roof actually. Everyone going towards the north side. Kind of interesting that they give up their quick spawn advantage that could let them rush the objective in seconds, just so they can take control of one of the major points of this map. Probably a good idea, because they don't really want to let this guy take control of the roof instead and just pepper them from the other side of the map. Or 4 taken down, Gibbs also taken down. Not sure what happened there. Looks like there was a refrag on the northern side. Somehow I missed them moving up that far. It looks like Swooty got the refrag onto Gibbs as he took down 404. But they are going to get a rotation from that northern side. Actually, what Gibbs was actually the guy at the western side there. Completely unsure as to who took him down then. None of the players here should have an angle. But apparently they do. It's physically impossible for anyone to actually have taken down Gibbs there. So it must have been a team kill, that's what I'm going to say, until someone proves me wrong. But this guy in the north is going to be a pretty big threat here. Auto game seen by the tank here. He's going to come in this corner. Kind of just playing with it. Looks like he might know if he's there. Gold just doesn't care. He's staring at it. I'm not even sure he can see him. He's just staring at his tablet. They're going to forfeit this northern side. As long as they don't pop off some shots without covering their backside, that should be actually relatively okay. Still, 3 minutes 15 in, not much movement from either side really. Keeping a close eye on the objective, except for 2 old who is way off, way behind the enemy lines. There might be a confrontation if the man peeks over this hill. He's going to check the roof is all clear, but your northern side is very much not. You need to check this, the man. Come on. Absolutely no movement, but a member of Phoenix is taken down as Nightfire and Chief Pineapple push the objective. There goes off the Statham. Troll has got to be looking south now. Come on, man, what are you doing? Has to realise that they are just south of him, every single one of them. And they're completely taking control of Burning now. This is a major boon for them. Be able to take control of a central point where they can get some views onto towards the objective kind of pathways is big. And Troll still is oblivious in the northern side. It must have been a team kill onto him. There is no possible way. Look at that. Who could have shot him? But yeah, 2 does finally realise it takes down the man. 2 has got to be flipping back to the burning building now. All 3 members of G-Men in here. 1 minute 45 left on the clock. Lots of pre-fire coming out along with smokes. They're going to try and go for this, it looks like. But Troll, they've got to deal with him in the flank eventually. Troll is still oblivious. What is he doing? Swooty taken down by Zach Fontaine. Knifefire's going to come around and get the refrag, and there he goes. They can cap this easy. Come on. They're going to take this 3-1 so far. Troll is going to be far too slow coming back here. As long as Chief Pineapple does not kill anyone, it's good to go. And there you go. They failed to defend the objective. Troll has got to be fuming about this, along with the rest of Phoenix. Somehow Troll oblivious of them being in the northern side for the entire match, the southern side for the entire match. I'm completely flabbergasted. Damn. This isn't even the third map yet. It looks like G-Man is just going to take this away and win the map. The match, rather. This is going to drag down Phoenix's MMR quite a bit, it feels like. Actually, take a look at the rankings here. Let's take a look at worldwide here. G-Man currently number 10 in the world, meanwhile Phoenix number 6. It is possible they would be dethroned as they are in the low 1240 MMR, considering they have another person above them with 1240 danglers. It is possible if they lose this next round and also the map after that, it could be goodbye Phoenix at the Leicester Invitational. Looks like we're just waiting on one member of G-Men who has disconnected. Man is missing. Been a rather important member of the team so far. Can't really afford to lose him. It appears the man has returned. Man has returned and hopefully we'll be starting imminently, just waiting on Leroy to actually ready up now. I don't know why I'm calling him Leroy, his name is Gibbs. Leroy is the most recognizable part of his name, it feels like. Hello Nintendo. Thought you were playing in the match for a second, but then I remembered you are on danglers. Nice work with the caps. I imagine Phoenix is going to be relatively annoyed about that cap. They're going to have to bring this back. Change up the tempo. Try and make sure that danglers? G-Men. Getting danglers in my head. That G-Men can't just take it away with this 4th round and just clean up. Swooty's the one dragging his feet along with Leroy still. Hopefully not having more technical issues. Nightfire is really the king of G-Men here, going 1, 5 and 2. 1 objective cap, 5 kills and 2 deaths. That's pretty brutal. It's got to be over 2 minutes now. I'm gonna tell him to start relatively soon. Give him like 30 seconds. There you go, he's readied up, so we are gonna be hopping into the next round, the 4th round of the second map here, right now. Of course, it is going to be the same objective as previously. This time, it's going to be G-Men on the defense. Almost at the offense for a second.
Spawning, they could be spawning post office, rooftop, on rooftop, or, crater. It could be quick, yeah. Could be quick. Be careful.
They're calling out their suspected spawns, and it is in fact the northern east side. There's nothing to fear about that quick spawn, but well, they can't realise that until they see them crossing these streets. They're going to have to assume the worst. That's the safest thing to do. They're just hurrying people along, trying to get them across this dangerous street as quickly as possible. Though it feels like they have been spotted by Chief Pineapple, who is radioing in. As you can see, his hand is off his gun. Lots of shots coming over towards the east side already. More shots coming from Humvee over towards Burning. Chief Pineapple almost tagging off to Statham there with those shots. 1 taken down, 2 taken down. Nice pre-fight down that just line of death. Malcriado, if you pick this, you'll be a 3rd. He's going to smoke it out instead. Really nice plays from Chief Pineapple. Taking down those 2 with his laser beam tracers. But Torta Game is just blitzing along the southern side. Nobody is aware of him being here. He's going to just be able to flank Swooty and the rest of the G-Men. As long as he doesn't make too much noise. Looks like Swooty did actually pop back and watch that southern side. 2-old taken down. That is some precognition from Swooty there. Making sure he's confirmed. Only 2 members left, Malcriado and Gibbs. Interesting. Yeah, just Malcriado and Gibbs left, but no, Malcriado no more. Down at the tank, it's all up to Gibbs. Gibbs taken down by a 2-story, and the G-Men are just going to clean up and take a 4-1. That is a really commanding play for just the second map compared to how the first went. That's going to be another round for G-Men, of course. And the 3rd map is going to be Bazaar. A map we've already seen today with Danglers versus... somebody. Danglers versus... what is their name? I've blanked on it, but Danglers versus somebody, that is for certain. It looks like Phoenix has yet again given up their chance to take a map. They're going to be taking Marsok and Bazaar G-Men, that is. The G-Men have already taken this match. By winning those 2 maps, they have solidified the fact that they will not lose any MMR, regardless of how this 3rd map goes. But the better they destroy Phoenix here, or possibly the worse or the better they lose to them, the more/less MMR they will gain. Anyway, if they perform better here, things are better overall. That's what I'm trying to say.
situation that we find ourselves in means that it's only a matter of time before a storm of wonder starts to fill my mind.
Left starts without any warning. I was busy looking at chat. Ah, there we go. We're starting off with a west objective. Of course, this is going to be the first round of the third map. Human going to be on the offense as this was their map pick. And it's giving up their choice for a third map yet again. Imagine the spirits of G-Men are relatively high now that they have no chance of being able to lose this. This has probably solidified the fact that they will be going to Leicester, I imagine, and it all depends on how the MMR turns out. The member of Phoenix, I imagine that's going to be too old, as usual basically, and yes it is, pushing up to the far north just by the two-story really. Holding his gun sideways over the barrels. Over the planks. Pallets, that's it, there you go. I'll take that box of Snickers straight off your Dakin. That container is on the stairs. That's actually a relatively uncommon position. Normally people take the stairs here. Normally it's either on the roof or inside the building. A good position. Should probably take him more often. That's something you don't want to happen. Chief Pineapple and Two Old might have a little bit of a dance. Actually, it looks like Two Old was possibly seen by Chief Pineapple here. I think I might have heard him call it in. There's actually a member of Phoenix inside the blue room. That is a pretty risky position as it's kind of exposed. If they realise you're in there, it's pretty much game over because it's just a box filled with plenty of space for shrapnel to fly. But the man and Nightfire are going to be approaching Zach Fontaine relatively soon. Zach Fontaine won't be able to see him if Nightfire comes along this side here. Going to be in a good way as long as the man doesn't kind of blow his cover. Maybe a little bit of accidental fire from off the Statham right there. It looked like he was actually directed toward anyone. Words. Nightfire's definitely given away his position, taking out his tablet there. It's all up to Zach Fontaine. One taken down, I believe, in the west corridor. No, that's just blind fire, distracting Zach Fontaine, and they do take him down. Nightfire coming out unscathed, amazingly. Lots of pushing in from the west side as well. This is G-Men tacticality at its best. Gibbs going to get taken down from the flank. Shot in the back of the head, swooty down from Malcriado. Malcriado taken down. They are on the objective and able to cap right now. There is nobody able to stop them right now. Their members are far too far away, but Officer Statham takes down the capper. One member, Too Old, coming in from the west side, and he's downed. They almost get the capper. That member saving it. Very smooth. They managed to take down that member pushing onto the objective, the member of Phoenix pushing onto the objective. They might have been able to cap that and bring it to a 2-0 instantly. That would be insult to injury to Phoenix. Yeah, Stone Cold Killers, that was it. Danglers versus Stone Cold Killers. We'll be hopping straight into this round. There is no messing about on the third map. There isn't much to lose at this point, I suppose, for either team. Can't get any worse, can't get any better for either team.
Ooh, I won the biggest of them all.
Oh crap, I'm coming with you. I'm throwing this fucking knife away too.
Watch out, don't kill me with that.
Gibbs ain't happy about his knife, but he's taking it back anyway. Actually, no, he didn't. He threw away his tablet and he regret that decision. Doesn't want that pistol or knife though. Useless. Raphael would tend to disagree about both of those things. But Malcriado might be memorizing the code as he usually does. Because there's nothing left to lose, I'll be curious to see if they are going to go just suicide rush in, smoke everything, and send their star Kappa straight onto the objective, and hope he can get it instantly. Warfall is going to be holding this angle, the same one that I believe Officer Statham did take last round on defense. It worked out pretty well as he could stop a Kappa, but he was shot the second he took down the Kappa, so he couldn't actually take that round back. Certainly helped out. Now imagine the man here sneaking, looking through these pallets, but no, he's actually holding a relatively kind of relaxed position, watching that tight angle. If he sneaks up to this kind of stall here, he might be able to catch Too Old as he peeks over the car. Be mighty risky. He would have to expose himself for maybe about a second, 2 seconds. There are smokes coming in from after Statham already. Malcriado might be getting put to work relatively soon. He's had his tablet memorizing the code for like 2 minutes now. What is going on? Officer Statham dead, team killed by Gibbs Leroy. Or possibly Nightfire coming around. It was indeed Nightfire. Nightfire's going to push in. Probably won't expect Gibbs to be up there. He's going to finish off Statham though. Falls back now, that's probably a good idea. TAR 21, interesting gun choice. I'm not a fan of it. Doesn't fit in my stock. Lots of shots come out from Zach Fontaine onto Swooty. Swooty down, refrag from the blue room. Also a nade onto objective. I believe that almost hit the man. Pretty close coming out from Too Old. Probably not the best time for the man to rotate over. He's going to be caught out by Too Old the second he does, and there he goes. 3v3 situation now. The defense is pretty scarily open, but doesn't matter. One takedown from the blue room. Blue room putting in some serious work. It's just Malcriado now. Too Old taken down but refragged. 1v2. Nightfire can probably catch him if he moves along. Nightfire fails to get the initial shots, but he does get it eventually in a crossfire. And they're going to take that second round pretty swish. After the rest. I'm going to set a prediction here that may or may not come true. I think it's going to get to a 3-0 for G-Men, and then Phoenix are going to go as hard as they can and try for a cap. That's what I'm expecting. I think G-Men will take this Marsok, then Phoenix will take the next Marsok. I'm not sure I'm willing to put money on it though. Here we are hopping into gameplay now. This is going to be the third round of the third and final map. This is going to be a big one.
Am I happy?
Phoenix relatively quiet. G-Men having some nice idle chatter before the round starts, but it's going to be a northern objective. They might see some early shots coming out from Chief. They do come out towards him, just narrowly missing him, but more shots come out from the east as well. Nightfire actually managed to take down Zach Fontaine as he tried to move to the west courtyard buildings. Nice shots coming out. They're in a pretty good position already. As long as they can take down that other guy in the west courtyard, they can storm the objective relatively easily. Though Malcriado is in a somewhat unorthodox spot. Normally people take it. Feels like it used to be used all the time, but then it just fell out of use as people started to pre-fire. So we might be seeing some slow play this time. So they're probably waiting for these two members of GMED to go around from the east over towards the north and kind of pincer in from the west, the east and the north at the same time. Interestingly, not attacking from the centre bazaar. Maybe Nightfire will do a little bit, but he's not going to be the main attacking force, I imagine. Our shots coming over towards, I believe that is the man in the ice cream objective room. Maybe it's just a little bit of proof, I'm actually not sure. And he's really hunting for those kills. Getting some shots over towards Malcriado. Unable to hit anything though. Maybe he saw Nightfire in the doorway. Got a little bit spooked. It's possible. So far still not much happening. There's only one guy moving around on the west side. Man, it's sitting rather impatiently on the south objective building. Shots coming out. Nightfire tags one in the two-story. Really nice pick onto the objective. That means they're going to have to retreat from the northern side and push inside. That can cause serious issues, but Malcriado's still waiting on them. As long as Malcriado can attack Nightfire, it's possible they can actually take this back. He throws a nade, gives away his position. Not good. Nightfire's honed in on exactly where Malcriado is now. Might throw a smoke over. We are beginning to see this northern push as well. Too old having to sit right on the objective. That western side, Officer Statham also getting pretty anxious at this point. Malcriado has to do something at some point. Nightfire trying to push in along with 4 on the rest of the team. One taken down, Officer Statham dead. Too old also dead. Malcriado the only member remaining. 3 people on objective. Malcriado is oblivious. The cap is coming out. 404 almost tagged. 404 is tagged. Looks like Swooty and Nightfire, Swooty and Chief are going to be the only ones left. I'll take them down, but Swooty does get the refrag at the same time as Statham. I guess Nightfire was picked. They tried to run across, but it's going to be 3-0 like I predicted. I wonder if it will be the second part of my prediction will come true. We'll have to see. We are going to be starting off now, of course with the exact same objective in the north, this time G-Men on defense. I can really smell a Malcriado going for it. 2 people memorizing the code, 3 people memorizing the code. And they're going to actually do a repeat, so it's not going to be a really fast cap. They're just going to be trying to do exactly what they did to them. Probably an easier way to get to 404, but here we go. Gibbs is going to be seeing 404. That's going to give away the position if he shoots through there. Probably not the best idea. And they're actually pushing up one guy on this west side. That is a pretty smart move, honestly. If they can lock down this kind of central road, that's big. And Gibbs going to have a little bit of a standoff here. Tour's going to get onto that northern flank as well. 404 can't exactly just let them walk across there. Someone else can deal with Gibbs. Officer Statham goes down. 404 manages to tag him. Malcriado might possibly get the refrag if he peeks this again, along with Gibbs. Yeah, Malcriado shoots Gibbs in the legs, injuring him a little bit. That's not something you want. 4-4 takes down 1 but gets refragged. That's a pretty good pick. Taking down 2 on that eastern side.
We got enemies.
Just Malcriado and 2 old in that north and east sides. They also lose 1 on that southwest side. Well, central west side. Zach Fontaine's going to be pushing up through there. They said they're going to do the exact same thing, but this has quickly dissolved into kind of anarchy, just trying to survive as best they can. Or did spot 1, but he does get taken down through the window. A nice pick as he probably could barely see him through that window. Starting to lose my voice a little bit. That's not good. Luckily this hopefully might be the last round. It is a 3v2 situation. It's just Zach Fontaine up on this west side and also Malcriado up on the east, who could be a threat if he rushes the objective while Zach distracts. Shots coming out from Malcriado. Zach Fontaine doesn't shoot 1 right next to him, and he gets taken down and punished because of it. What was he thinking? I cannot believe that. I guess he was lining up for a headshot and just got wrecked as he didn't bother to shoot. He tried to line up for way too long. Looks like Malcriado is going to be looking for anyone he can get, really. 3 minutes left on the clock. Maybe a prone to the objective and just hope might be in order. He could, in theory, sneak around the northern side, and looks like Malcriado did tag 1 who went downstairs. Yeah, it looks like Chief Pineapple or 404 went down as they moved about that first floor. I believe it was Chief Pineapple. Man's doing a real pants movement here, running about on that second floor. Maybe confuse Malcriado a little bit, maybe spook him out. Swooty's going to be the real threat here. Looking over from that fountain area. Not going to be good. Maybe if Malcriado gets out his tablet now and prones up behind, he could get it, but I don't think so. This will be the end for Phoenix. Swooty should see Malcriado now, but it's actually, you can only be able to see his feet if he proned. But Malcriado's going to be hunting for the man instead. It doesn't matter, man gets it instead, and they are going to take this final map, Bazaar, 4-0. Looks like Phoenix, they just couldn't come back from it. Those previous just mistakes during the earlier times must have just completely ruined them, this one, because going from a 4-3 on Downfall to a 4-1 on Quarantine, and then finally a 4-0. That's got to be rough. That's not something you want. That is going to be it for this match. G-Men versus Phoenix is over. G-Men are going to win it 12-4, as you can see on the leaderboards. The MMR is going to be changed probably quite drastically, judging by how strong the win this is. And Phoenix will be going all the way up. Oh, sorry, Phoenix will be going down, and G-Men will be going all the way up. Probably to the top 8, top 7. But we will have to see it. It's been great having you guys along, having the nice sub-chains for supporting the community and the casters. And I believe this will be all from us. We will see you another time.